Questions 31 through 33 are a review of the distance formula. For the distance formula, you're going to want to go to slide 46 of the chapter 4 review. This gives you a review of the distance formula. Quick review distance formula. We're usually trying to find the hypotenuse or a leg of a triangle when we're given this. So the distance formula, if you remember, is this huge formula, the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So whenever I see a problem where I'm looking for the distance formula, the first thing I like to do is to label my points. So for question 31, I have 1, 5, which is 1 would be x1, 5 would be y1. And then down here is, remember, we always read points from left to right too, just like we're reading. So 5, 2 would be x2, y2. Now I'm just going to set up my equation using those points. So the distance formula is, I'm actually going to see if I can just copy and paste this into my box here. Oh, doesn't look like it'll let me. So I'll have to rewrite it all. So D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus, oh, I'm running out of room. Let me erase that there. I have to write a little bit smaller, I guess. Oh, get rid of that. There we go. Okay. So let me try this a little bit smaller here. So D equals x2 minus x1 squared. Double check that in. We add in the middle plus y2 minus y1 squared. So now when I have this equation, I'm just simply plugging in the numbers that I found and solving. So I have D equals the square root. Now my x2 value is 5 minus my x1 value, which is 1, squared plus my y2 value, which is 2, minus my y1 value, which is 5. This is also squared. So remember, order of operations, we always solve what's in parentheses first. So let's do that. 5 minus 1 gives me 4, which is 4 squared, plus, and then 2 minus 5 gives me a negative 3 squared. So remember, whenever, as we're working through this here, now we can solve square roots. 4 squared is 16 plus, and then I have negative 3 squared, which is like saying negative 3 times negative 3. When you take a negative times a negative, that turns positive. So it's like 3 times 3 squared, which is 9. So D equals the square root of 25. And I can actually solve for that. I know that the square root of 25 is 5. So it's a lot of work. It's a very long, we would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6-step equation. So just make sure you follow each of the steps carefully, pay attention for positives and negatives, and pay attention for the squares.